Thanks for joining Let It Fly Disc Golf, and in this video we're going to do our review on the Sal and I Pixels. Stay tuned.
Let it fly into the sky, let it glow into the night, let it take flight, just slip away, it'll let you find your way.
So if you've seen the small bag challenge, we mentioned, I gave Salvador and me a challenge to putt with the Pixels. We normally putt with the Wizards. We wanted to challenge ourselves, putt with the Sal and I Pixels for about a month, and then we told you that we would come back and do a review.
So this is a Sal and I Pixel. It's in the Electron firm plastic. It's 240 0.5. I don't know how they figured that part of it out.
The flight plate is different from the actual overmode. So the overmode is a little bit gummy, not by much, but the actual putter itself is very firm. You felt the soft, right?
Yes.
Soft plastic?
Yeah, so I did try it in the softer plastic and it felt really good. I think I prefer that just because I prefer a gummier, softer putter in the first place. But yeah, this is extremely firm and extremely glidey.
So as far as the durability, I would say these hold up really well. I mean, it was my main putter for 2 months, playing minis, playing little events here and there. I mean, it definitely gets beat up, but I think it still holds its flight characteristics even as much as we were putting it to the test. The Wizard, if you putt with the Wizard, it has a pretty substantial bead on it, right? Whereas the Pixel putter has like a micro bead.
I can barely feel it. It's so slight that I don't even register it as a bead at all.
Yeah,
Very
so I
deep.
think, I mean, for the most part, if you're a beaded type of person or a non-beaded type of person, I think either way, this putter will actually work for you as far as the feel in your hands. Like Salvador said, it is a deep filling putter. For me, I think the dangerous part of it was like on this, that's like probably what, like 15, 20 miles an hour?
At least right now. Yeah.
This was pretty dangerous in the wind for us. And that was only because of the fact that like with that kind of like putt, it puts a lot of spin on it, but we have to get it up in the air, whereas a spin putter just might go straight from the chest or from the stomach and straight towards the basket, where we like to give it a little bit lofty area. So I was noticing the way I was having to putt, I was constantly hitting the band. And it was because as soon as I would just kind of like release it, I would think, oh, I'm gonna hit the chains, boom, and instead it would hit the basket like every, so I had to actually change my actual putting stroke just so that this way I'm pushing more forward instead of more lofty.
It's really wild to think that I thought I could just kind of putt with whatever. I kind of feel like I could throw whatever, I could putt with whatever. I don't have any real allegiances. But as I started to use this and started to see the flight characteristic, I'm like, oh, I have to change what I'm actually doing, change the actual stroke. And doing that, it was kind of hard to gain any kind of confidence in that because we're having to change everything I've been doing for the last 5 years. And it was kind of it's counterintuitive. It's almost the exact opposite kind of putt I have. And so like you don't see that putt kind of go in enough for you to gain confidence. So, give me another year with just trying to figure this out, then maybe I would have some confidence seeing the putt go in and having that stroke kind of be consistent. So
we putt with Wizards 30 feet out. I mean, you have to have like not a strong upper body, but you definitely have to give it there, right? And so I think that also played in with our confidence level as well. Is from 30 feet out, I mean, I know I have to like not give it my all, but I do need to give it some to get there, depending on the wind also. With the Pixel, it was like super touchy from 30 feet out. It's like, okay, you don't have to give it that much, because if you miss the basket, you're going at least 25 feet past the basket.
Yeah, I mean, if you, I tell you this, if you have a hard time getting to the basket from 30 feet and on, this thing is going to stay in the air for you. So you will kind of get it up there and kind of like let it ride the wind and let it fly and stay straight onto the basket. I mean, that's really what this thing is for.
So whenever I was putting, I would usually just, no matter what angle, if I was going for like headwind or tailwind, I was putting right at the middle of the basket every single time. Because I knew that if I went up with the Wizard, I knew that if I was putting in a tailwind, it's just gonna drop it. So I could pick a high chain, whereas if I'm in a headwind, I might pick a low chain because the putter might actually lift at that point. So let's do a couple examples with the putter. We'll give you like 15, 20, 30 feet out, and then we'll also even talk about if you don't want to putt with this, what it's like to actually throw with it. Okay, so like I said, I'll give my Wizard as far as just to show you. That's my putt from this distance. I came down, came up, but with the Pixel, especially right now, this is a headwind. I don't like to come too far down and go straight up. Or I have to lean over more so that this way my arm doesn't come up. Kind of like a Nate Sexton type of putt.
And with the Pixel, I'm kind of belly button to the basket here, and I'm not going up and down. I'm trying to reduce that. I'm trying to put it on a table and slide it that way.
From this distance, I noticed that it's not so much of a pop for me, it's more of a spin when it comes to the Pixel.
Are we recording? Let me just tell you also, it's freezing out right now.
It is like...
It's Texas cold.
And it's going to get colder, so we figured we'd come out here and do it.
We're at a disc golf course in the middle of the day on the weekend, and there's nobody here. Usually this place is swamped, and there's nobody here, and that just tells you how cold it is. So, excuses.
So when it came to the tailwind putt, I was a little bit more confident because I knew that most of the time if you're putting in a tailwind, your putter is going to drop. And so this allowed me to just get that normal feel that I normally have versus in a headwind. I think that's for anybody. But I would say that the feel is a little, like right now it's cold. And because of the fact that my fingers are cold, to me it feels a little slippery compared to a Wizard. The Wizard has like grip to it. And I think it is because of that firm plastic. From here, this is probably what, like 20 feet?
A little over.
Same thing here, just same putt, but I didn't have to change much for it because it's a tailwind. Whereas in a headwind, I knew that thing's just gonna lift like crazy for me. And so for me, I feel a little bit more confident when it comes to a tailwind or even left to right or right to left. And the headwind, pretty tough. You have to hit the basket if you want this baby to stick. Crazy wind. So if I miss the basket by like 10 feet, that headwind is going to be a tester. Whereas with a Wizard, if I miss the basket, it's not going to go that far, right? And I can still put it up and still let it hit the basket. But even if I did miss the basket, it's only going to be about 5 feet past the basket, and then I can have a comebacker. Not that big of a deal.
Well, you know, that's what I felt on when I putted for the 30 days is that I had a lot more comebackers or long comebackers. You know, I'm not a great putter, and I would miss with my Wizard all the time, but I felt like every time I missed with my Pixel, it was, you know, 25 feet to 30 feet away, as opposed to my Wizard only being 15 to 18 feet away.
So let's move over to the tee pad. We'll show you how they fly if you were going to pick this up for a throwing putter. So as you can see with throwing these putters, really, really good putters, they stay straight. In a headwind, maybe they might get a little bit of turn. I think if you put it on a little too much ante, it's just gonna hold it. It's not gonna flip it, but it's definitely just gonna hold it and keep pushing right. So if you're looking for something for that with a putter, maybe the Pixel is pretty good for that. Let us know if you putt with like even the soft, like how like glidey, if you've ever thrown like the firm or put it with the firm or put it with the soft in comparison. Let us know what you think about that, because I mean we were thinking like maybe we get the soft, maybe if somebody wants to send us the Simon Lizotte Pixel soft, and we could probably putt with those for a little while and tell you what we think about those.
If you are a spin putter, I think this is a great putter. I mean, whenever I figured it out after the 30 days, I just kind of felt it going straight at the basket and kind of staying in the air and having the disc kind of do the work. With my Wizard, I had to kind of do my own work and try to really commit and hit the line really pretty firmly. Whereas the Pixel, I could kind of just kind of put it up in the air and let it kind of ride the wind a little bit and didn't have to really get onto this Pixel. So someone who has a little bit softer or more true spin putt, I think they're gonna love this, and I would say probably get it in the medium to soft. I feel like the firm plastic is probably more of a throwing putter. But also, I don't know. Simon putts with the firm, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, listen to the pros.
Yeah.
So, other than that, that's it for the Pixel Simon Lizotte review. If we have any disc manufacturers out there that want to send us some discs so we can do a review for them as well, man.
Tell us how wrong we are. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe we're off base about this, but I felt like everybody I kind of handed it to were just the same thing. They were like, man, it just stays in the air forever. I had somebody kind of throw it to me, like from 25 feet away, and then it just kind of rose and kind of stayed. And they were like, wow, that thing just wants to stay in the air. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it does.
So if people know Ken Climo, he just came out with his Ken Climo line. If you want to send us some of those discs, we will check those out, give you our honest review on those. Other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Definitely give it a like. Put in the comments what you think about the Simon Line Pixel. Other than that, keep up the good work. Get out in the field.
And let it fly.
Peace.
Ace off camera. Look at it go. I barely threw that.
To the sky.